Them berries. So now we've strengthened it around our gearbox by adding that back in, and we've made the gearbox whole here for us, okay? Of course, again, you're gonna wanna make sure that you actually have the gearbox imported and put into your assembly, and then this becomes even easier, okay? And then you will also have exact dimensions, all right? I was giving you some from previous robot. All right. Another thing that is super useful, and in this one, it kind of works anyway, but not quite, is to make sure that you have an X within your belly pan. It strengthens it from side to side. So you want an X going across it, okay? So let's go back over to our belly pan for a second. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's do this. Let's do the edit in context again. Edit in context, context 1. We are now going to X. All right. We're going to sketch on the top of it, and we're going to put our X in. We are going to, first of all, we want it inside of this. So I'm just going to, again, draw construction lines. There we go. All right. Now we've got our box created. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and draw what we want for an X in here. And this is how it's going to work. We're going to go from somewhere over here to somewhere, not using a construction line, regular line, here to here. Oh my goodness, I don't want to attach to a circle. Look at how it's making constraints right there. Now watch, I'm going to highlight this. It's going to show me here. Let me put the constraint on. Yeah, here's my constraint right here. Notice it highlights the circle down here and this because it touches. I don't want that as a constraint. I'm going to delete that. Okay. All right, no constraint on that line. Let's go to another line. Going to put it in here and down to here. Oh, look at that. I didn't even hit one. Okay. Perfect. All right, here's the other thing. We're going to lay a line over the top of this down here and a line over here. Come on, right there. All right, now it's solid, or should be in a second. And it is going slow for me tonight. Come on, there we go. We're going to do the same thing up here. I'm going to put a line from here to here, from here to here. Now here's what we want to do. We want these two lines to be equal. This one and this one have to be equal. Notice it pulled this in a little bit. These two lines being equal. It's kind of an optical illusion right now too. We're going to go down here and I'll do that again down here so that you see it. This line has to be equal to this line. Okay, that means it'll be right in the corner that way, right? Now, we also want, let me zoom out because this will make a difference. Notice at this end, we don't have all of these being equal. We can either do one of these equal to one of those, okay? Or we can use parallel and say, I want this one to be parallel to that one. Okay, now it's drawn them perfectly parallel. The only thing it doesn't know is we haven't told it how far apart to make it. So if I highlight this line and this line, I'm dimensioning, I hit the D button. Sorry, I went kind of fast there. And this doesn't have to be huge. It can be like an inch or less, maybe even a ½ inch. And it'll create enough structure there to make the belly pan even stronger for us, okay? Now, okay, so now we have our line in, take the constraints away. It's looking pretty good. Now, this is actually interesting. What we could do at this point, we could either draw the other line in here, okay? Or we can select this, extrude it, we're going to extrude up to face because we're putting stuff back into it again. Extrude it up to this face. All right, so it's going to go right across there. Everything looks good. So we're extruding, adding our X up to face on the other side. All right, makes it solid all the way across there. It's perfect. Okay. Now, how do we get that so that it makes our X? Well, we could take this, we could mirror it again. So what are we doing? We're going to do a feature mirror. The feature to mirror is this extrude. We're going to do it across the front plane. Now, when I highlight front over here, notice the yellow line in the center of the diagram. Now, we could probably use right as well. It doesn't matter which one we mirror here, right or front, it should turn out the same, right? Because no matter which way we mirror this, it should be reflecting it just fine. So if I do that, notice it puts it in just fine. If I take out the front plane and I do the right instead, it puts it in as well, right? So it can be mirrored either direction. So now I've mirrored it. I put my cross in there. I've made it structurally more sound by doing this, which is even better. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to my assembly, and we are looking really good.